What's going on, guys? It's Coolie. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve as I record this. So today I have another special clear for a trial. I was going to do this on stream, and I probably still will, but being that today's Christmas Eve, I didn't have a lot of time, so there's going to be no stream today. So I'm just going to record this instead. We are looking to take on the Iron Giant, the Armor of Oppression trial. And the challenge here is to clear it using only counters and damage over time. This is another one of the clears that is really like a safe method to where if you have these units, you could probably get by with doing pretty much nothing and letting the fight handle itself. So we'll just go over the gear real quick. Demon Rain is going to be your main DPS for counter damage. So we've got him equipped with a lightning elemental weapon, which is important for another reason. We'll talk about it in a second. Other than that, you just give him your best attack stuff, right? He's built solely for attack, right? He ends up with like 13,000 HP and 672 defense. But you use all the Man-Eater you can and all the true double hand you can, alright? So like you don't have to have this exact gear, but do it as best as possible. And if you feel like his HP is too low, I would say somewhere like if the HP ends up under 10k, I would, sacrifice a little attack gear to give him more HP. Next we have Lauren. Lauren is going to be the main breaker. The important thing here is that she be equipped with her own TMR, Awesome Swordsman. This enables her Limit Burst to have a 74% full break every time you use it. Other than that, you can see she's built pretty much for Limit Burst fill and High Tide. Limit Burst gain. So we want to gain as much Limit Burst with her as possible. Next, Seaside Nicole, best defensive buffer in the game if you ask me. He's just equipped primarily for HP and defense, believe it or not. Main reason being is that he's going to be just doing defensive buffs all the time. And this material right here is very important. Coward Courage, this gives your team a 30% physical damage mitigation, which is going to be really important in this fight. On top of that, he also has his own 30% mitigation that you can add on top of it, that can stack on top of it, which we're going to be using, basically every other turn. We're going to be switching back and forth between those two. Also, he can heal a little bit if you need it. Lotus Mage Fina, also built for Limit Burst gain. Like completely built for HP and Limit Burst gain. Reason being is we want to just have the added insurance of having our AoE re-raise. Mine is only level 102 as you can see, but if you've got her at like level 105 or 110, she has actually an active AoE re-raise, which you're going to want to use too. And finally, our magic tank here, who we're not really going to be using as a magic tank at all. We're going to be using her for damage over time. She's equipped basically for full-on HP and Spirit. Just in case she counters, which she shouldn't really counter that much, but she will counter a little bit. I gave her the Good Chamberlain because Iron Giant uses Meteor every round, and this will enable her to sometimes AoE heal the party as a counter. Other than that, you just build her for the best stuff you can for HP and Spirit. It's important that everybody be immune to Paralyze, because that status condition can mess you up. And this should last like, I'm gonna say under 10 turns. There we go. Armor of Oppression, Elite. No items. Use a Limit Burst. Evoke an Esper. We're gonna do the use a Limit Burst with Lauren. We know that. You can evoke an Esper at any time during the fight. You could use that. You could do that with Lilith or whoever. Lilith's probably your best choice to use a Esper with. Complete the quest, no items. You're going to get all the challenges on this one. If you want to take a 6th party member, who I would recommend is Wilhelm, built for Limit Burst gain. His Limit Burst provides a high damage mitigation. I think at max level it's 54%. That will stack with the Coward Courage materia with Primal Instincts, so that you'll end up getting an 84% physical damage reduction at that point. If you don't have a Wilhelm in your friends list, I think you could do this 5-man no problem. Alright, let's see what we got. So we're going to start off with Demon Rain, just doing an AoE physical cover. Lauren can use General's Manifesto. This provides a 70% full break to start off. Seaside Nicole, start off with Primal Instincts to reduce the physical damage. Fina doesn't need to do much of anything here. You could just throw a little Manatopia on, just to give yourself some MP regen. And here's the move you're going to want to use, Life Siphon with Lilith. Every time this cools down and is ready, every 6 turns, you're going to want to use this. This is going to deal some big damage over time every round for 5 turns to the Iron Giant, okay? So you see the damage is reduced. Iron Giant has like 2,400 attack, so you definitely want to keep him broken at all times. You see we're going in with big damage. As soon as Lauren gets her Limit Burst, you're going to be able to... you can also use, what was the name of that? Enchanting Corruption. Gives everybody a little bit of Limit Burst. You can use that if you want with Lilith. Lotus Mage Fina, you can just put up the Limit Burst right away. Just have that re-raise going. Demon Rain's going to provoke on round 2. And you're going to want to always keep him provoked. And AoE physical covering through the entire fight. If you've got nothing to do with Lauren, and her Limit Burst is not up yet, you can use High Voltage Twin Blade to drop that lightning resistance. That's going to make Demon Rain do more damage since he's equipped with a lightning elemental weapon. And then with Seaside Nicole, you're just going to switch off between Primal Instincts and then Lifeguard Shade, Lifeguard Rejuvenator. Every other turn. Under 50%, we're going to have to change the strategy just a little bit because we're going to have to start dispelling the Iron Giant because he gives himself 100% full buff, which would make his damage insanely high. To the point where I don't think anybody would be able to survive it, right? So on Demon Rain's 3rd off turn, you can either use Molten Armor to reduce the damage, which you're not really going to need to do, or at least I don't need to do it. So I use Ignite to increase attack and magic. Help him do a little bit more damage. Lauren's Limit Burst is up, Fina's Limit Burst is up, boom boom. Lilith's got nothing to do. And Nicole's going to go right back to Primal Instincts. So primarily, the only damage you're going to be dealing other than countering is just going to be with Lauren and Fina's Limit Burst, which is going to be minimal damage anyway. And you'll see, Demon Rain just goes to work right now. Dealing sometimes over 1 million damage per hit. 2 million. That one. Alright, so whenever Demon Rain's HP gets like to this point, you're going to want to heal a little bit. So since everybody already has re-raise, we could do that with Fina. We can Kiraja and then Kiraja. Fine. Lauren, put up the Limit Burst again, right? And then you just restart the rotation. Physical cover. Her Life Siphon's not up yet, so we can just... And we used Primal Instincts last turn, I think. You could also restore MP if you need to. You can see right here I don't really need to, and the HP will be refilled. So I'm just going to use Lifeguard Shade. Lauren keeps him broken at all times. That damage over time is still going for another turn. So at this point, Iron Giant has buffed itself, so now we have to get a little tricky with what we do. So to keep everybody alive, I'll show you what we do. So we need to dispel him and then break him again. So... Demon Rain's going to provoke, we know that, right? Lilith can not use Life Siphon just yet, so we can't do anything with her just now. All good. Lotus Mage Fina. You have 2 options to dispel. You have either Dispelga with Lotus Mage Fina, which I think we're going to do, actually dual cast Dispelga and then Kiraja to get Demon Rain healed up. So it should allow him to survive, right? Even if we don't break. With Lauren, her Limit Burst is not up, so if it's not up, at this point you would use Arms Eraser, okay? So we do this. Arms Eraser. Primal Instincts. Provoke. And Lilith can't do anything yet. She doesn't have her Life Siphon back up yet, so she's just kind of sitting there. Boom. Oof. Oh, Demon Rain came back to life. Everything's great. Lauren's Limit Burst is up. Fina's Limit Burst is up. Perfect. And on this off turn, where you... Well, you should reset everything here. You're going to have to reset, because Demon Rain died, so we're going to have to reset his cover. Otherwise, I would say use his Human Killer buff, which gives him like 200% more Human Killer. It would deal like far more damage to the Iron Giant. Now we're going to use Lifeguard Shade and fill Limit Burst rate. Lilith's got one more turn until she can use her damage over time again. That's going to really help out. So on this turn, you can just use the Esper. You can summon the Esper and you'll be alright. So because he's buffed a little bit, we're doing a little bit less damage. That's okay. So on this turn again, we're going to have to do another break. We're going to put that damage over time. We could fill Limit Burst Gauge. That might give Lauren her Limit Burst. So we're going to provoke with Demon Rain, right? Because he needs his provoke back, which he's got. Fina, we want to do a Dispel. I'm not sure if this is actually going to fill Lauren's Limit Burst. So that's the question, is whether or not it fills it. If it fills it, it's great, because then we got the full break on. Otherwise, we're going to have a 50% break, which might not be ideal. So what we're going to do is, we're going to dual cast, we're going to Dispel, and we're going to re-raise on Rain, just in case. I'm going to use that. It did not fill up her Limit Burst all the way, which is okay. We'll just use Arms Eraser. And then we'll do Lifeguard Shade and Restore HP. Get everybody topped off. So he died, he came back, everything's fine. He'll live through it. And now we'll start to reapply everything that we need, right? So AoE cover, damage over time, Limit Burst, and physical damage mitigation, right? Ba-bam, ba-bam. So he's still not buffed, right? So now we have a free turn to get everything going. If you find yourself at a turn where you can't really heal, like we always can heal with Nicole, but if you can't really heal or something like that, or if you get MP drain, because sometimes Iron Giant does use an MP drain if it goes if you go below 30%, I think. So at this point, he might MP drain everybody. So if you find yourself having to survive past that point, his Limit Burst is actually pretty good. If it's maxed out, it gives 170% defense and spirit buff to all allies, water and ice resistance, but it also provides HP barrier, so that can save you too. But we're not going to use that. All right, so anytime we can't put re-raise on everybody, we're going to definitely Kiraja and re-raise on Rain. Lauren. Can't really do anything else right now, but you can do General's Manifesto once that cooldown is over and you don't have your Limit Burst. You definitely want to use that because it's a better break. And we'll just check on Demon Rain. He needs his Provoke, and we will be good to go. This turn should do a lot of damage. At any point, if you feel like you're in danger, if you're gonna try this sort of strategy to kind of turtle your way through this trial, if you ever feel like you're in danger and you have Lilith on the team, I mean, I'm doing it a certain way because I don't want to use any sort of like active damage when I don't have to. I just want it to be like damage over time and countering, which is, makes it, that's the fun part for me. But, consider Lilith's Limit Burst. You can always use that to deal some magic damage. Like if it's getting down to the wire, he's got 13% HP left and things aren't going your way and he keeps, keeping you on the ropes, just, finish him off. Screw it, right? But we're not going to do that with her. Okay, so he's buffed again, so we're going to dispel him. We're going to do the same thing we did before, right? Dispelga. Re-raise on Rain. Lauren, Limit Burst. Fully break him again. Seaside Nicole, at this point, you can do Lifeguard Shade and then get a little HP back, because Demon Rain's a little low on HP there. Lilith, you just check her cooldowns. They're not ready yet. Just defend with her. And now on this off turn, Demon Rain has his cover and his provoke, and he's got nothing to do. So this is what we want to use: Demonic Surge. Demonic Surge gives you Human Killer. Iron Giant is human, and when Rain counters this time, he should deal serious damage, like really bad. There you go, like 2 million. There you go, and that's it. So 10 turns, just turtling your way through it, and Iron Giant goes bye-bye. Most people's strategy with the Iron Giant these days would be to just burst him down with magic damage because he has like 30 spirit and, you know, isn't resistant to any sort of elemental damage. But what fun is that? That's easy. You know, like doing it this way is also pretty easy, but way more fun to watch. So guys, that's today's weird strategy for a trial. I appreciate all of your support lately. You guys have been really great, and I can't say thank you enough. We just recently got over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is amazing. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I will see you guys on the next video.